Hey guys, Silver Shady here. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemonday, and today we are kickstarting Team Plasma Month. Every week, every Sunday this February, we're going to be covering a different Team Plasma deck. The last Sunday of the month, assuming tournaments are back up, we're going to be doing a bit of an impossible deck challenge. So, a bit more of a fun thing to close out the end of the month. The first deck we're going to be taking a look at is Genesect Virizion, also known as VirGen. So, we're going to get right into it, and the first thing we're going to be looking at is Genesect EX. Now, Genesect EX is a Team Plasma basic EX Pokemon, 170 HP with a 1 retreat cost, weakness to fire. Yeah, Volcanion is not a good matchup for you. Its ability, Red Signal. When you attach a Plasma Energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, you may switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with his or her active. So, it's Lysander, in a nutshell. It also has its attack, Megalo Cannon, for a 2 grass and a colorless energy. It does 100 damage, and you do 20 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. As our secondary attacker, we have Virizion EX. Again, 170 HP basic Pokemon EX. 1 retreat cost. Resistance to water, minus 20, which actually does play a bit of a part if you go up against Greninja. Weakness to fire, times 2. Just like Genesect, so again, that Volcanion matchup is going to hurt. But it has an ability as well. Each of your Pokemon that has any grass energy attached to it can't be affected by any special conditions, and you also remove any special conditions affecting those Pokemon. This is really good because Hypnotoxic Laser is a card that is very, very popular in expanded format. It also has an attack as well that you will use from time to time, being for 1 grass and 1 colorless, Emerald Slash, doing 50 damage, and you may search your deck for 2 grass energy cards and attach them to one of your benched Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterward. Really nice energy accelerator, especially early game if you can't pull off turn 1 Genesect. Our plan with this deck is to do so. And we also run 1 copy of Deoxys EX, another 170 HP basic Pokemon EX, with its ability Power Connect. Your Team Plasma Pokemon's attacks, excluding Deoxys EX, do 10 more damage to the active Pokemon, before applying weakness and resistance. This allows us to set 2-hit knockouts up on anything with a Fighting Fury Belt on it. Which, seeing as Fighting Fury Belt is a very, 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 very popular tool right now, kinda helps. It also allows us to hit mega numbers a little bit sooner and easier. Its attack, Helix Force, you're never actually going to use because you don't have the Psychic Energy in this deck, so it doesn't really matter. It does have a 2-star retreat cost, and it is the only Pokemon in this entire deck that has a 2-star retreat cost, so just keep that in mind as well. And then we run 2 copies of Shaman EX for draw power. And next we're going to get into our supporters. We run 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, 2 copies of N, and 2 copies of Colress. The reason we have this split is because you are going to bench load a lot with this deck. And Colress is a fantastic card, shuffle draw card to have if you're bench loading. It allows you to shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw a number of cards equal to the number of benched Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So essentially, if there's Skyfield out and both of you have a fully loaded bench, Colress will net you 16 cards, a quarter of your deck. Over a quarter of your deck. So, very nice, very, very powerful card to have. We also run 1 copy of Lysander. Lysander's mostly in there because you're not always going to have the Plasma Energy to attach, so it's always good to have even 1 copy of it. That way, if you need to do a switch, you have that option available to you. We also run 1 copy of Professor Kukui. Now, originally, prior to Sun and Moon's release, this was a Giovanni scheme. I actually like Professor Kukui a little bit better. Simply because he allows you to draw 2 cards, and during this turn, your Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active. Again, allowing you to hit those mega numbers just a little bit easier. And you get to get the draw power anyway, so it really does help. We also run 1 copy of Skyla. This is mostly to search out some of our 1-of item cards and 1-of supporters for next turn. Our stadium of choice is going to be Sky Arrow Bridge. The retreat cost of each of your basic Pokemon in play is 1 star less, so essentially with this out, everything this side of Deoxys has a free retreat cost. Makes it really nice, really, really simple. We run 4 copies of Versus Seeker and 4 copies of Ultra Ball. No big surprises here. We run 4 copies of Max Elixir. Max Elixir, again, look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach a basic energy card you find there to a basic Pokemon on your bench, and you shuffle the other cards back into your deck. This is how we're going to get our Genesect loaded up in 1 turn, and hopefully swinging on the first turn. We run 2 copies of Super Rod. This is mostly just to get your energies back into the deck and any Pokemon that you may have to discard early. We run 1 copy of Energy Switch. The Energy Switch actually is pretty important, because if you have to start lone Genesect, let's say you are able to get 2 energies onto your active Genesect, that 3rd energy you hit off the Max Elixir, this Energy Switch can allow you to move that to your active so you can start swinging. Also can allow you to conserve some energy if a Pokemon's about to be knocked out as well. We run 1 copy of Switch. This is mostly just in case we start lone Deoxys. This allows us to switch into a different Pokemon. Also, we run 2 copies of Floatstone. This will also, just another way that we can get Deoxys out of the active, just in case you do happen to start lone Deoxys. You can also attach it to some of the other things that you may need to move around, just in case you can't get the Sky Arrow Bridge out. We run 3 copies of Fighting Fury Belt, and the reason we run this is because this bumps Genesect up to a nasty 210 HP basic. That also happens to now deal 110 damage per swing, plus a 20 damage snipe. And then lastly, our ace spec of choice, we run 1 copy of G-Booster. G-Booster, the Genesect EX that this card is attached to can use the attack on this card as well, but you still need the necessary energy to use this attack. For 2 grass and 1 colorless energy, it is G-Booster. For 200 damage, you discard 2 energy attached to this Pokemon, and this attack's damage isn't affected by nothing. No Safeguard, no Jolteon, nothing stops this damage. It goes through everything. So just a really, really powerful card to have, and in a Genesect-based build, it's a no-brainer. And lastly, to round out our list, we run 4 copies of Plasma Energy, and a total of 10 Grass Energy. So we're gonna get into a game here and show you what this thing can do. Okay, so Psychic, Colorless, Grass, and Dark. Interesting. Not sure what kind of deck we can expect to see here. Possibly, actually, yeah, possibly Ray. Actually, now I'm looking up, and now I'm looking at his coin, I think we're actually seeing a Mega Ray deck. Okay, so we start lone Virizion, that's fine. Our opponent's going to be going first. Okay, and let's see what they do. Alakazam. Okay. Alright, this should be fun. Alakazam bats, huh? Well, let's see what they play. Okay, level ball for a rat. They're gonna play the rat, even though there's... okay. Wally, okay. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to attach a grass energy here, and we're going to play the N. And we hit precisely diddly squat. So we're going to pass the turn. Okay, Golbat. Adding 20 damage onto Virizion. Interesting. Okay. Play Genesect onto the bench. Attach a grass energy onto our Virizion. And we're going to go ahead and drop the Chorus. Try to preserve that plasma energy if we can. Okay, we hit the max elixir. And drop that red onto our good old Genesect here. Play the Sky Arrow Bridge. And we are going to Emerald Slash for 50 damage. And we get to attach 2 grass energies from our deck to one of our benched Pokemon. We're going to choose this Genesect over here. Okay. So we hit the Fighting Fury Belt on the Genesect. Attach this here. And yeah, we're going to Emerald Slash again. There we go. Draw a prize. Get Lysander. That's actually going to be incredibly helpful. Okay. Alright, so we're going to play the switch. We are actually going to Lysander up this Raticate here. We're going to Megalo Cannon and drop 20 damage onto that Alakazam in the back. And we get to net another prize card off that. We hit the Professor Sycamore, which might be a good play. Okay, and the rat is going to burn our tool, which is fine. Okay, and we hit the plasma energy, so we're going to drop that over here. And we are going to red signal that rat up front. We're going to drop the Sycamore here. I don't mind burning the Versus Seeker on this one. Okay, and we hit the G-Booster, which is actually an interesting thing to hit. We're going to drop the Fighting Fury Belt, I think, here. Do the Megalo Cannon, get another 20 damage snipe on that Alakazam in the back there. Draw another prize card. We get the Versus Seeker, which will get us a Lysander, which will get us an EX knockout this turn. Okay, Floatstone on the Venusaur. He plays a Birch. And Tails. This is why we don't play Birch, because it sucks. If you're gonna play Birch, you might as well play Shauna. Or even better, have the Disruption and play N, but... Level Ball. We're gonna see another rat come out? No, we're gonna see a Ghastly. Okay. So Ghastly's gonna hit the bench. As is a Fungus. Okay. Still not sure what kind of deck he's trying to run here, but... Alright, we got a Psychic Energy on the Alakazam. Okay. And Suppression. Alright. We're going to attach the Float Stone onto our Deoxys EX. We won't even need to Lysander here. Let's see what options we have. We're going to drop the Virizion onto the bench. And in this scenario, we're actually going to Skyla. Okay, gonna grab the Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball away one of our Shamans and our Professor Sycamore. We're gonna go ahead and grab another Genesect EX. So we have a fresh one sitting onto the bench, and we're going to put our G-Booster onto that. Right. And now we're gonna do Megalo Cannon. You have 40 HP, so we're going to deal a 20 damage snipe to you. And this will net us 2 prize cards, which is a Plasma Energy and a Sky Arrow Bridge. Okay, would have thought you'd play the Generations Energy, but alright. And we hit the victory, so we're going to get into another game here for you. Alright, the Psychic and Colorless deck. And it looks like they have the advantage according to this system. So, we'll see what we hit. We won the coin flip, so we are going to take the advantage and go first. And let's see what we get. And we start Lone Deoxys. Alright, and what do they have? I'm very interested to know this. Ultra Ball, AZ... Alakazam. Okay, so we hit another Alakazam build. Interesting. Not often you see multiple in a row. And our opponent decides to just scoop. Okay. We're going on to another game here then. Alright. Water, Steel, Grass, and Colorless. Archie's Blastoise, possibly? We did win the coin flip, and we would like to go first. Alright, so let's see what kind of deck we're facing now. Alright, and we actually start off with a Genesect, which is actually very favorable. I like that. Alright. No Mull, so we won't be able to see what kind of deck we're facing. And they're taking their sweet-ass time. Oh, they started Lone Shaman. Ow. Couple of different options for stuff we could play. We will play the Plasma Energy down. Play the Sky Arrow Bridge. We're going to play the Shaman. Try to hit some draw power here. Okay. Drop the Ultra Ball. With that, we're going to discard the Chorus and the Skyla. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Deoxys on this one. I'm going to drop the Float Stone on that. I'm going to Versa Seeker and grab out our Chorus here. And we're going to play that. Okay. And we're going to pass the turn. Okay, so Skyfield hits the field. Ultra Ball. Okay. Discarding 2 water energies, so this does lead me to believe we are seeing Archie's Blastoise. Okay, so we hit the Jirachi. Yeah, this looks like an Archie's Blastoise list. And we get a Juniper. Okay. Chorus, Sacred Ash, and a Fisherman. Interesting. Okay, Ultra Ball. And Archie's Ace in the Hole and a Water Energy. Okay. A Seismitoad. Interesting choice. And ironically, Seismitoad is one of those cards that we don't mind seeing all that much. So we're going to have to discard the energy there. We're going to grab our Shaman. That way we can draw some more cards off this. Okay. That's going to net us a fresh hand of 6. Drop our Virizion down. Attach a Grass Energy up front here. And in this case, thinking we actually Sycamore. We don't want to give him too many cards. Okay. And we're going to drop the Float Stone onto this. And for now, we're going to go ahead and pass our turn. Next turn, we'll be able to swing for some good damage. In fact, actually, it'll be a knockout on this Shaman, assuming he doesn't retreat it. Either way, anything he sends up is going to be one-shot by Genesect. So it's nothing we're too worried about. And we get a Scoop. Okay, we're going to go on to one more, I guess. Watergrass Colorless. Okay. And we're going to call heads, as always. And Lugia loves seeing us today. How you doing, Lugia? Don't worry, bud. Your time's coming up. Oh, wow. Yeah, glad I didn't get that hand. Okay, so now we're facing an Archtoys list. Alright. Alright. What do we get? Get a Genesect to start off. Okay, decently strong hand. I'm certainly not complaining about it. And our opponent gets a Mull too, so that'll allow us to draw an extra card. Okay. Alright, our opponent finally found an active. Okay. We are going to take our Mull draw. And we hit the Shaman. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to drop the Grass Energy onto Genesect. We're going to Ultra Ball. We're going to get rid of our... We get rid of a Versa Seeker. And a Float Stone, I'm thinking. Go ahead. Grab one of our Genesect DXs out here. Lay this down. See if we can't hit the max elixir, which we didn't. That's fine. Play down Shaman onto the bench. Draw 4 cards off the setup. Fighting Fury Bell down, and another. And with that, I think we are going to go ahead and pass the turn. The question is our opponent going to be able to pull off the turn 1 Blastoise? Okay, so eggs and a Blastoise. The Ultra Ball discarding a Water Energy and the Acrobike for another egg. Propagation, okay. Yep, Superior Energy Retrieval, getting rid of the 2 eggs, grabbing the 1 energy, which will go onto the active Keldeo, I would assume. Followed by a Versus Seeker to get the Archie's... Oh, no, the benched Keldeo. The Versus Seeker, there it is. The Archie's ace in the hole, nicely done. Blastoise goes right onto the bench, and 5 cards go into our opponent's hand. Can he follow that up? He's got a Rough Seas. An Acrobike. Deluge. How many energies do you have? Got 1. And that's it. Okay then. So we're going to go ahead and drop the Sky Arrow Bridge. I'm going to Ultra Ball away these 2 here. Grab our other Shaman here. Not too concerned with getting Deoxys onto the field this match, as we won't need it. Okay. See if we can hit the max elixir, which we don't. Go ahead and attach the grass energy up here. We're going to go ahead and drop the Sycamore. Okay, try 1 more max elixir. Hey, we hit it this time. Drop that into our benched Genesect. And I'm not going to bother playing anything like that yet. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. And we get another victory. Okay. Well, that was actually a lot more matches than we thought, mostly because our opponent kept on scooping. But, I'm thinking we're actually going to leave that one here for now. But yeah, that was VirGen, and this is week 1 of Team Plasma Month. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And also, starting this Pokemonday, and continuing on for every single Pokemonday after this, we are actually going to be giving out 1 code card for you guys to actually redeem online and start building your own collection. That way you guys can expand a little bit more and build some of these decks if you'd like. This week's pack is going to be a pack of Sun and Moon. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.